Bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
Despite Eddie Howe grinding with the team, things have been happening behind the scenes. Today we'll break down Newcastle's recent season-defining talks with Eddie Howe, unveil Newcastle's potential move for Colombian powerhouse, find out the truth behind Newcastle holding talks with Real Betis winger, uncover the massive developments regarding the potential exit of Kieran Trippier, plus we'll also reveal the exciting replacement Newcastle have lined up. Join us as we uncover the latest Newcastle United news. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because you won't want to miss a single moment of this incredible journey.
Thank you! Let's go!
Starting off in a move to address growing concerns over the future of manager Eddie Howe, according to the Telegraph and sources close to the club, Newcastle United have held clear-the-air talks with their highly rated boss, reassuring him that he will continue to hold significant power within the club's new management structure. Howe's public expression of frustration came after the recent appointment of Paul Mitchell as the club's new sporting director and the sudden departure of co-owner Amanda Staveley, which had sparked alarm over the manager's future and his potential interest in succeeding Gareth Southgate as the England national team manager. When asked about the situation last Friday, Howe had stated, "There's absolutely no point in me saying I'm happy staying at Newcastle if the dynamic isn't right. I'm certainly not serving Newcastle well if I do that." This statement had raised questions over the club's direction and Howe's role within it. However, rather than rebuking their manager, the key power brokers at Newcastle, led by Chief Executive Darren Eales, have now offered reassurances to Howe that he will continue to hold significant power and will not be reduced to a mere first-team coach. In these meetings, Howe was also given assurances that he would have a say in recruitment and be involved in all major decisions regarding the club's future direction. Howe is said to have been pacified by the promises that the new management structure will be a collaborative effort between himself, Mitchell, as well as the club's performance director James Bunce, and that no decisions will be imposed on him without his input. Particularly important for Howe was the issue of recruitment, as one of his red lines was understood to be the fear of players being signed for the first team that he did not want. In response, the club has agreed that Howe will receive a short list of transfer targets, including players from abroad rather than just those with Premier League experience, an approach that the manager has previously endorsed, being the driving force behind the signings of players like Bruno Guimaraes, Sven Botman, and Alexander Isak. Furthermore, the discussions have also touched on player sales, with England international Kieran Trippier expected to depart this summer, potentially with interest from clubs in Saudi Arabia. There are also doubts over the futures of midfielder Sean Longstaff, winger Miguel Almiron, and striker Callum Wilson, who has recently picked up a back injury in pre-season. The club's new sporting director Paul Mitchell is believed to be planning an overhaul of Newcastle's scouting department, and he has made it clear that the presence of Howe was one of the key reasons he was keen to take on the job. This clear-the-air meeting between Newcastle's leadership and Eddie Howe appears to have been a crucial step in resolving the concerns over the manager's future and his role within the club's new management structure. By offering reassurances and a collaborative approach, the Magpies have seemingly succeeded in pacifying their highly rated manager and reaffirming his position as a central figure in the club's ambitious plans for the future. Then also in regards to Kieran Trippier, there have been recent developments as Newcastle United are already weighing up options should Kieran Trippier leave the club. Scott Wilson, a journalist at the Northern Echo, has confirmed this news and also revealed the potential replacement the Magpies are considering. Newcastle United's recruitment team has reportedly shown interest in Fiorentina youngster Michael Kayode, a 20-year-old right-back who has caught the eye of the club's scouts, as well as other European clubs. Kayode could be one to watch in the final 5 weeks of the summer transfer window. The news comes as it emerges that Trippier is increasingly certain to leave Newcastle amid interest from Saudi Arabia. If the experienced English defender were to depart this summer, it would leave Eddie Howe with just Emil Kraft and Harrison Ashby as backup options to Tyno Livramento, who is being eased back into the preseason schedule after a tailored training plan. Kraft's contract is set to expire next summer, and Ashby is expected to be loaned out again after a mixed spell at Swansea last season. With Newcastle targeting a top-quality right winger and a right centre-back, the potential exit of Trippier may mean they will have the resources to bring in another right-back during this transfer window. So overall, it seems Newcastle United's recruitment team is closely monitoring the situation with Kieran Trippier and has identified Fiorentina's Michael Kayode as a potential replacement should the experienced right-back depart the club this summer. Then moving on, according to reports, Newcastle United are one of 3 Premier League clubs showing interest in Aston Villa striker John Duran, The Mirror's James Nursey reveals that the 19-year-old Colombian international is expected to push for a move away from Villa Park this week, with West Ham, Newcastle United, and Chelsea all admirers of the forward. Aston Villa are thought to be demanding a fee of around £40 million for Duran, and it's West Ham who are currently leading the race. The Hammers have made 3 bids and are reportedly getting close to striking an agreement with Villa, so Newcastle will have to move quickly if they want to secure the services of the young striker as a potential long-term replacement for the injury-prone Callum Wilson. The issue, however, is that Duran appears to favour a move to the London Stadium, not just for the opportunity to play regular first-team football, but also the chance to work with fellow Spanish speaker Julian Lopetegui, the West Ham manager. Duran is an exciting talent with pace, power, and plenty of ferocity about his play, but he is still relatively raw and will not come cheap. With Alexander Isak firmly established as Newcastle's first-choice striker, it may be a difficult deal for the Magpies to complete, especially with West Ham seemingly in the driver's seat. Then, there have been widespread reports on social media claiming that Newcastle United are one of the clubs who have held talks with Real Betis about the signing of 18-year-old winger Assane Diao. Although Diao is a powerful and energetic runner who also possesses great technical ability with the ball at his feet, he can play on both wings and has a unique clause in his contract where his €30 million release clause can be activated for €15 million if the interested club doubles his salary. However, the reliable Newcastle United blog, after intensive research, has revealed that there has not been a single article from the French media or a Spanish report this week on Newcastle's interest in Diao. This explains why the rumors do not name the specific outlet where this information originated from. Given the lack of credible reporting from reputable sources, it seems these rumors may be unfounded or speculative at this stage. The Newcastle United blog's findings suggest that there is no concrete evidence to suggest the Magpies have held talks with Real Betis over the potential signing of Assane Diao. While Diao appears to be a talented young winger with an intriguing contract clause, Newcastle United's interest in the player has not been substantiated by reliable sources. Unless more concrete information emerges from credible journalists or the club itself, these reports should be treated with caution. Then in a recent press conference, Howe revealed that Newcastle are confident of retaining the services of Anthony Gordon. Howe revealed that Newcastle and Liverpool had discussed a potential deal for the England winger last month, as the Magpies struggled to comply with Premier League profitability and sustainability rules. However, no bid was ultimately made, and Howe believes the pursuit from Liverpool is now over. Howe acknowledged that the speculation had distracted Gordon, with the player reportedly telling his teammates that a move to Anfield was going to happen. Gordon's representatives were also said to be desperately trying to revive the deal in the final days of June, but without success. Despite the uncertainty, Howe does not believe Gordon will agitate for a move when he returns to Newcastle for pre-season training. The manager has spoken regularly with the player and is confident that he remains committed to the club. Howe went so far as to say that he would welcome him back with 3 arms if I had them, emphasizing Gordon's importance to the team. The Newcastle boss stressed that the club did not want to lose any of their best players and had to make difficult decisions to comply with the financial regulations. Howe is confident that Gordon will be ready to go when he returns from a well-deserved break after a long season and the emotional experience of the European Championships. The manager praised the player's commitment and performance on the pitch, making it clear that there have been no negative or fractious conversations over the summer. Overall, Howe's comments suggest that Newcastle are confident of retaining the services of Anthony Gordon.
And then what?
I finally rest and watch the sunrise on a grateful universe.